This is the green team right here, the Mississippi River Green Team.
The Mississippi River Green Team is a local youth group that is led by the Mississippi Watershed Management Organization and Minneapolis Parks and Recs.
Watershed is the area of land that sheds its water into a certain body of water. And in the MWMO, it's 12 miles of the Mississippi River.
It's about keeping the Mississippi River clean because Mississippi is where we get our water from.
These folks are spending all summer learning about how our environment works. How does water work? How do stormwater systems work? What contributes to the health of waters? What degrades waters?
Working with the environment, I think it's an awesome thing, and I especially enjoy it because it's my first job.
I think it's a great way to spend the summer. I mean, yeah, in a great way, you're making money too, and you learn so much.
And this is the floodplain. You can see there's a really distinct difference in the vegetation.
I think it's pretty cool to learn about this stuff.
We take kids from 14 to 16, so some of these kids are from Ann Watton's school right out of 8th grade. Some are from Prairie Seed Academy. We have some kids that live in North Minneapolis that go to Cooper. We have kids that are at Edison. We have kids that have been at North High. We have kids that are from Patrick Henry.
Working as a team, yeah, we get a lot of work done quicker.
All the water that comes, like rain, fall down, all the plants clean up the water before it goes down to Mississippi.
We learned about invasive species.
This whole place was filled with thistles. We do this because thistles are an invasive species, so they go around and they take up different areas which native plants are supposed to be.
Buckthorn is an invasive species that produce rapidly.
We take out buckthorns, and then for the tools we use weed ranchers and trowels and loppers, and also shovels.
As we remove those invasive species, we do our best to plant more native plants that actually belong here in our prairies to help filter out the Mississippi River so we can have cleaner water.
I really like the places we go to work because after this whole summer, I feel like I have a connection with nature.
And there's been cars coming around. They've been saying, good things about us, thank you for pulling these out.
Everybody needs to help out. We need more people to help out with this kind of stuff because they really are all over the place.
And today we've been at the North Mississippi Regional Park removing invasive species and grapevine smothering the trees.
We're trying to get a grapevine off of this tree right here because it's going to pretty much suffocate it, and it takes all the sunlight away. And
after we get all these, we gotta dig the root too.
Right.
This morning we were just pulling a little bit of invasive removals. Then when we were done, we did some water quality testing.
Our Mississippi River is kind of polluted. It's not all that clear as back then. It's like kind of like muddy color.
When we build our big cities here, as water gets to the river faster and it's not treated, it's cleaning off all those hard surfaces and everything on it. That piece of bubble gum that someone spit on the ground, the cigarette butt that someone flicked out their window, the salt that people spread on their sidewalks, when you mow your grass, the grass clippings, dog dew that people don't pick up. That gets washed off by rain and it can go down get into the river and it's not cleaned up.
We're testing the water to see how much better it is than the spring water.
We tested river, creek, and spring water.
It seems that like the groundwater was the cleanest, and then we measured the creek, and the creek had the most salt in it. The river was filthier than the creek and the groundwater.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Can't see anything.
Even in Minnesota, water needs to be treated better.
Today we will be monitoring dragonflies, and we're going to catch them with nets, and then we're gonna try to identify them.
And they are participating in what's called the Minnesota Odonata Survey Project. It is a statewide dragonfly monitoring program. In addition, this park has never been sampled before, so the data they're collecting on dragonflies helps us to determine a park record. What do we have in this park? As well as giving data to the state.
Each of the students have a net, and they're out here in the prairie trying to net the dragonflies and damselflies. Then they would take it back to their supervisors, and we had guidebooks there, and we would identify them.
I caught a wandering glider. I was the first one to catch it in Minneapolis.
Last week we had a student collect a county record of a wandering glider dragonfly, which is migratory, that I didn't even know was here.
It was the first time it was recorded in this area, so it was pretty exciting for the youth to actually, make a difference with what we're doing.
I think this is the second common green darner that I caught already. But it feels pretty cool, because I always catch the big ones.
Like there's a whole bunch of flies on dragonflies where I ran, but then it's like they knew that I was coming, so they kept flying off.
And anything that we have trouble identifying, be it that we're not sure if it's male or female, what kind of dragonfly it is, then we collect them. And Kim, who works here, she's a naturalist. She's got a better eye for and experience with dragonflies, so she can help us identify them further.
The purpose of this study basically is to learn what you have, so that you know when they disappear. Dragonflies are an indicator species of water quality health.
A lot of people don't know that they spend a lot of their lives as larvae, which are called nymphs, living under the water for many years before they emerge as winged creatures. Depending on how well the water quality is, you do tend to see different species of dragonflies and damselflies.
The work that they're doing is really leading to immediate success and immediate data for my site. So I'm just really thankful for their time, but I'm really pleased with how quickly they have caught on to doing this project.
I caught him in midair. He was flying out. I never caught a dragonfly in midair before.
So if we can take better care of the land, we're actually taking better care of the water.
I go to all the schools that they come from, I meet with all the families, and then at the end of the summer I visit all the families again. I go twice during the summertime to see the families. So I have a real clear sense of where these kids are coming from, and we're also, as part of this, we're trying to really educate the families about the kind of work these kids are doing.
They could be like, hey mom and dad, you know, we learned this and this is why these plants are important, this is why it's invasive. Oh look, dragonflies and things, and so their parents have a direct connection to the environment.
I like the way that the green team involves the families, engages the families, so that kids become not just environmental stewards but also educators of their own families and communities.
Today our purpose is to help people understand why clean water is important.
Today is the grand opening of the MWMO building. If you don't know what it stands for, it's the Mississippi Watershed Management Organization.
We taught the communities how to make non-toxic cleaners, taught them what a watershed is, and what we could do to make the Mississippi more clean.
It's fun when you get feedback from the public.
This is not just a summer program. It's this summer, then it's all through the school year. We meet once a month.
I'm a junior at Patrick Henry, and this is my second year. Personally, I gain a lot more knowledge, and I know a lot more about the things that we're doing, so I can help the first years.
And then they will be here again next summer, and then the following school year. And then after that, we try to find these kids that are really interested in environmental work a next position.
They're becoming young leaders, and what the Green Team offers is sort of a mentored pathway to a career in the environmental field.
Their eyes are open, first of all, to the environment, but also to the city of Minneapolis.
This morning we did journaling, which we reflect on some of the work we've already done and how our job can relate in the future to help with more personal items, community items, or even environmental things. Today we talked about our goals that we have for ourselves. A lot of the students had goals to save money. I think this job, besides the environmental implications that it has, is the first job experience for these youth, and they're really, really excited about their first paycheck, which is actually this Friday.
This is my first job, and I'd rather stay inside, but I'm taking a chance, a risk to try something new.
The Freshwater Society and the Mississippi Watershed Management Organization are working together on a project with the Green Team where the team is sweeping up organic materials, leaves and grass clippings and seeds and things like that out of the streets. So we're taking to a lab and analyzing them for their nutrient content. How much nitrogen do they have, how much phosphorus, how much carbon, and what we're looking for is how much organic pollution do those materials contribute to the lakes?
And we were collecting phosphorus, which is like a bunch of plant material and all that goes into the river, which feeds the plants in the river and the animals in it. But if there's too much, then it can be harmful to the river.
So we want to know how much phosphorus and nitrogen those organic materials contain, so that when people get together and sweep those materials out of the street, we can accurately estimate how much pollution people have prevented.
Well, this is the vegetation bag, so basically everything that is like leaves or like little branches like this. Trash, I will just leave it here so that the trash bag can come and get it, and get as much dirt out as I can, because there's a vegetation bag and a dirt bag, so we have to separate them.
I'm taking note of the day, the time, just general observations, and then when the group has collected vegetation and soil, then I just write it down.
Every street that has a curb and a gutter is connected to a local river or a local lake directly through the stormwater system. So the materials that fall on streets, it could be 5 miles away from the river, but it's going to end up directly in the river.
It's a very valuable program for us, that where people, you know, living and working in the city of Minneapolis where these crews have worked, see youth who are genuinely concerned about making the environment better where they live.
And I am married to the mayor, and I'm going to tell the mayor about the good work,
happy day.
good work that you are doing. So they're kind of seeing impacts of what we do in our yards and in the streets.
These kids are fantastic, and they're hard workers, and they learn to really understand how you work as a team.
All the debris goes down to a big grit chamber, and it fills up this grit chamber with debris, and we go in there and suck that out. Sometimes we gotta go down 20 feet to shovel it into the tube here. So before we had these trucks, we dug them out by hand. It would take an hour for 2 guys to dig these out. Now it's 5 minutes, and we'll go to the next one. We'll show you how to do it.
I just saw a big truck suck up all the dirt and leaves in the storm drain. He gave us some air plugs. These.
Everybody in the city has some sort of impact on the health of our waters. What's remarkable is the Green Team is actually doing something about that and making that impact positive.
If 19 people could do this much already, imagine if like 40 people help. It'll be even better.
I feel like, I don't know, I'm more connected to the community, and maybe I help more. Like I'm doing more than what I should expected.
I used to bike around here a lot and wouldn't think much about it, you know. But now that I'm around here and I see this stuff every day and I worked with it, it like bugs you, you know, when you're not working. You're like, oh well, probably want to pull this buck time.
It makes me feel good that I could do something for the environment and be outside.
Every day we go somewhere new and we do something different. So every day was a good adventure.
It just helps me discover who I am.